Welcome to this part 3 of the website designing course in Express Tech Academy. In the first video, I took you through the introduction and let you know everything you need to know about website designing, particularly with WordPress. In the second video, I took you through the back end, how to install the WordPress, how to create a page, how to install a theme, how to activate a plugin, and all of that, and I explained everything. And in today's class, I'm going to take you through how to start designing a website. Now, let me show you the website we are going to be designing. This is the website we are going to be designing from now henceforth. Now, in the next video, we're also going to be continuing from here if we stop anywhere around here. So this is the website we are going to be learning how to design. So at the end of this particular course, you should be able to learn how to design it. And we are going to start designing this one here. Then, of course, you see that this website has a block. You can see how the blocks looks like, and then if I come to portfolio, now I just structured this website in a way that once you know how to design this particular website, you should be able to know how to design every other website for any kind of purposes. All right, so now you can see that we have portfolio, all these things. So we are going to be designing this website from scratch. All these things, if you follow me from the first video and second video, you will know that they are all pages. All right, so if you have not gone through that first video, please kindly go to the video description and get the videos, and then follow up before you join there. You will understand much better. And remember that before you design a website, you need to buy a website with a host. And now I recommend using Green Geeks as one of the best hosting services out there. Now that is the host I use. All right, so check the video description. You also see a link to purchase your own. If you use the link on the video description, you will get 10% cut from your purchase. So it's just a waiting. All right, so just go ahead and do that. So this is the website we are going to be designing, and then let's just start designing from scratch. Now the first thing you need to do, of course, is log into your WordPress dashboard. Of course, you should be able to know how to do this if you went through the first and second video. Alright, so if you go to your WordPress dashboard, we are going to take it step by step. Of course, the first thing is to log in. Alright, the second step is to install a theme called Floss. Alright, if you check here, you see that this website here is looking good. The theme they use here is Floss, and that's what we are going to be using. So we are going to be installing a theme called Floss. So to do that, we come to Appearance, and then we come to Themes, and then under Themes, sorry, it's still loading. So under themes, we are going to click on add a theme. So under add a theme, so we are going to click here and then type in Floss theme, Floss, and then the Floss theme is going to come up, and then we are going to, all right, so it's like I didn't spell it correctly. Floss. All right, so this is the Floss theme. All we have to do is click on install, and then when it's done installing, we can now click on activate. So let's wait for it to install. So it's not showing install, so all we have to do is click on activate. So this Floss theme is now activated, and then you can see that it's showing customer, meaning that it's activated. So since it activate, it shows us, it brings a plugin with it, and then we need to activate it. So we click on it. So if you're following me step by step, you'll be seeing everything like this, right? So we click on install this Floss core plugin, and it's activating by itself. So once you activate, it's going to take us to a different interface, the Floss interface. It's showing us installation completed successfully. It now takes us here. So we are done with the first step, which is installing a theme. And remember, the theme again is Floss. And after installing the Floss, it comes with an inbuilt plugin that you also need to install because you'll be using it at the end of the day. Now, the second step is to install all the plugins that were used. If you check this website, you see that it has a lot of features. All these features are result of plugins, right? They are result of plugins. So we need to install up to 6 plugins. To do that, we'll come back to our back end of the website, and then we'll come to plugins, and then we'll add plugins. Now, if you check the second video, I said when you want to install a plugin, you click on one, you activate, you add one, you activate. But here we are going to add the whole of the 6 without activating. We are just going to be installing, then we activate them separately later. That will save us time, and I will tell you why we are doing that. So the first plugin we are going to use is Floss Portfolio. All right, so why are we installing this plot portfolio is because it's like I didn't spell it correctly, so I have to go back. Okay, this is not the plugin. All right, so see, this is the Floss portfolio, right? This particular one, this plugin here. So click on install, and it's going to install. So what does the Floss portfolio do? Does so let's come to here. You see that we have portfolio here. The plugin that was enabled to create this particular page here is what we call Floss portfolio. So that plugin it will help us to just drag and drop all these things instead of building them from scratch. Okay, you can see everything here is a result of that portfolio plugin. That's why we just install it. All right, so let's go back to our back end, and it's been installed. We don't need to activate, because if we activate, it's going to take us away from this page. So we are going to install all the plugins that we want, and then thereafter we can now activate all of them at once. We will show you how to do that. So the second plugin we are going to use is MC4WP. All right, MC4WP. So you can be taking a pen and write these things down so that you won't have to forget them. So this is the plugin. So all we have to do is click on install, this particular first one here. It has a lot of activations, 2 million plus activations. So it shows install. What is the function of this MC4? Let's come back to our dashboard, and then we click on home. And then when we click on home, you scroll down, you see that this website has a particular place here where you can put your email, where my cursor is here, where you can put your email, and then if you submit, you start receiving emails from this company that owns the website. All right, so this plugin, the plugin is that MC4WP is the one that is used to create this email section here. All right, so let's go back, and then the third plugin we need to install again is Contact from 7. Contact from 7. Contact from 7 is a popular plugin that everyone knows. So I will show you what it does. So this is the plugin Contact from 7. All you have to do is click on install. So if you're following me step by step, you'll be seeing everything. All right, so let me come back to this and then come back to contact us. So if I click on contact us, you see that it has a form here. If you want to contact the owner of this website, you can just kindly click your name, put your everything and your message, and click on submit. So the plugin that allows you to create all of this is what we call Contact Form 7. This is a contact form. All right, so let's come back to our website. We don't need to activate. We'll activate all of them later. So what we need to do is, the next thing is Elements Kit. Elements Kit. Now, Elements Kit is a plugin that gives elements to Elementor. Remember that in the second video we have installed Elementor. Please, if you have not installed Elementor, if you have to, the Elementor is the first plugin you need to install. All right, because it is Elementor is a plugin that allows you to build your website. In fact, you cannot build a website without Elementor. So I didn't install Elementor because we have done that in the first video, right? So if you have not done that, please kindly visit that video or just install Elementor. I will just show you how the Elementor builder looks like, all right? So we will now install Elements Kit. The reason why we are installing Elements Kit is so that it will add some more features to that Elementor, so that it will give us more privilege to design our website, right? So we have not seen this thing here, so let me type another one, element. So you just have to be troubleshooting. You can see that I did not put it correctly. King add-ons for Elementor, this is not the one we are looking for, so I will now put Elementor Kit. Elementor Kit. If I see it, I will know. So let me just put Elementor. All right, so this is the Elementor that you use in building your portfolio, your website. All right, so it's showing active, means I've installed it before. We installed it from the first class, all right, the second class. So if you have not done that, please install it. That's why I did not bother installing the Elementor. All right, so if you want to install, this is Royal add-on. We're also going to be installing it, so it's just being found here. So the simple thing for us to do is just click on install. So this is the second, the next plugin we are going to be installing. That is Royal Elementor. Royal Elementor add-ons gives an add-ons. It gives features to the Elementor. So, right, if you are counting all these plugins, you should know that we are in line. All right, so it's showing installation failed. We do not know why it shows failed, but we'll come back to it thereafter. But we are looking for Elements Kit. Now, Elements Kit is this particular one here. This particular one. All you have to do is click on install, and then we are putting Elements Kit, we are also putting Royal Elementor so that you can be able to give additional features to our plugin, to our Elementor that we use in building to make the website, to make the work very easier for us. All right, so that's that. And then it's showing Elements installation failed already. So let me refresh and see what's going on. All right, so when I refreshed, it shows that it has already shown installed, so it did not fail. All right, so you just have to install all of them. So we have installed Floss theme, we have installed Floss portfolio, we have installed MC4WP, we have installed Contact Form 7, we have installed Elements Kit, we have installed Royal add-on, and then of course, I said again that you can also install Elementor. So these are the basic plugins that we are going to be installing at this moment. And then as we continue, if there's anything here in this website that we need to create that we did not create, we did not install the plugin, we'll always come back to plugin and install all of them. So let's go back to here. And then the third thing we need to do while designing this website is that we need to customize our appearance. Now let me go back to the main website that I'm using. Now this website here is chinisolutions.com. Now if I come to the main website at chinisolutions.com and let me refresh, if I refresh, you see that the website is looking like this, Chini Solutions. Now, if you see the space from here to here, it's too tiny, right? If you come back to the main website, you can see that the space from here to here is wide. All right, so we need to customize it to make this space wide. To do that, we'll have to come back to our back end, and then on our website, we'll come back to our website, and then our website like this space is too small. We want to make it wide. So click on Customize. So we want to customize this thing. So if you don't want to click customize from here, you can actually go to your appearance on the dashboard and do it. I will also show you that shortly after this. All right, so we'll come to customize and then it's still loading. When it loads, we'll know the next thing to do. So it has finished loading, and then we come to general, and then under general we are going to come to general layout, and then under the general layout we are going to see that it has 1600 pixels. All right, so we are going to change it to 1200. All right, so we're going to change it to 1200, and then when we are done, we are going to click on publish. Now it shows that unable to save due to one invalid settings. The reason the settings is that we did not make the home page. So we have to make the home page, and then the sample page is like this, and then we click on publish again. All right, so it's now being published and everything is now published. All what we have to do is when we are done, we can now leave this place by clicking on the X, and then it takes us out of here. So if you can see that the space from here to the home is now very wide for us to use. Don't worry about this one, it will be shifted when we are doing it, but the home has been correctly shifted. So if you refresh again, it will still be like this because it has also been affected. So we have to go back to our dashboard. Have to go back to our dashboard, and then the next thing we need to do is we need to customize our font colors. All right, see, if you look at this, every website has their font type. All right, of course, when you are doing MS Word and all of that, you know what font type is. So we have font type like Times New Roman, Poppins, Georgia, and all of that. Now the font types that are good for website designing are Poppins, Roboto. We also have Nunito, we also have Outfit, and we have a lot of them that are good. I just mentioned like up to 4 or 5 now. All right, so for this particular website, if you check this website that we are designing, the plugin, the font type that was used here is the heading, house, and font type called Outfit. Then the subheading, which is this one here, has a font type called Nunito. So we are going to set that now. To set that, we need to come back to our website, and then we'll click on customize. And then on the customize, we need to allow it to load. So if I'm a bit fast, you just have to be pausing the video at each point so that you can be able to catch up with me, right? Because I don't want to be too slow so that the video will be long when we are consuming your expenditure, right? So you can see that you can see under the general, we can click on general. What do we want to do? We want to change the font type, all right, to Nonito and outfit. So we have see that we have general outfit, general layout, which we just did. Now we come to general typography. So when we come to general typography, this is where they're asking us what is the normal type, body type. So the body of the work will be nonito. All right, nonito. So we type nonito here, and then it comes here, and we click here. Now we are done with the body, and the heading which you are seeing here, this heading here, the heading here is outfit. So we have to change all the headings here to outfit. So I'll just change the headings here. Sorry, I'll just change the heading here to outfit. All these things are things you should be able to settle down and do. So we are done with heading 1. All right, so we are done with heading 1. Heading 2 also, we'll change it to outfit. So we're going to change all of them to outfit. All right, so we're going to change out all of them to outfit, just all of them. All right, so we are done with 2. And the third one is outfit again. All right, so the third one is outfit again, and then the fourth one is outfit again. All these things are heading, so that every subheading in your website will assume this particular heading, and thereby making it look very good. All right, so we have to change it to outfit, everything here, but the body of the work, the body of your text is nonito. We change it here. All right, so we are done changing all of this, and all we have to do is we have to publish. So you have to publish all your work, because publishing is just like saving your work. All right, if you don't save your work, you are not going to get the work. So we are going to exit by clicking this X here, and it's going to see, you can see that if I refresh this home here, it will change from the normal way it was showing like Roboto or something to the outfit. All right, and then this, so simply simplifying problems, will also change to nonito. All right, so everything here is set, and then the next thing we need to do is to create the home page. Now we are done with everything, because we are done with almost some of the settings and everything. All right, so all we have to do now is now to start the main website designing, which is now starting to create pages. All right, if you can see here, we have different pages here: the home, the blog, the portfolio, the about us. All these things are pages. Remember, in the second video I said that you create all these pages and design each of them separately. That's where the main work is. You design each of these pages separately before at the end of the day you now bring them in. You can see that the home page looks beautiful like this, but if I go to blog, it does not look like this. It looks different. So it means that the designs are different. If I go to portfolio, the designs also differ. So all these things are different pages that you create, and then at the end of the day you bring them together to now form a website. So what we need to do now is that we need to now start creating our website, the first page, which is the home. The home page is always the first page to create. All right, so to do that, we have to go to pages, and then we have to click on add or all pages. Now I already created a page. We already created a home page in the first class, but for the benefit of this class, I'm going to disable it. All right, so I'm going to click on the home page, and then I'm going to now click on bulk action, and I'm going to click on move to trash, and then I'm going to also click on apply in order to delete it. Now remember, there is one thing we did not do. We installed all the plugins, but we have not activated them. So to do that, we'll come back to our plugins, and then come back to install plugins, and then under the installed plugins, we are going to see all the plugins where you see that they are not activated. They are showing activate because they are not activated. So to do that, we now have to select this one, contact from 7, elements kit, we are MC4WP, Flux portfolio, Royal add-on. All these things are the things we installed by ourselves. So when we click select all of them, all we have to do is come here on bulk actions, and then click on activate, and then we now click on apply. All of them that were selected will now be activated. So if it's activated, it should now show us that everything is activated. You can see all of them are activated. I don't like my website looking very dirty, so all these things you have to delete them. You can just remove them like this to ensure that they are now clear. All right, so we are done with this, and then we can now proceed to creating our main page, the first page. So to do that, again, we come to the pages and come to add a page. Now the first page we are creating is the home page, right? Is the home page. So when we click on add a page, it's going to take us to the interface where we're going to add a page. So what is the title of our page? Is home. So I just type it, the home page, and then at title bar, we don't need to do that. Now in the second video, I just said when you create a home, you publish. Now we have added some add-ons, we have added some plugins that will enable us to customize most of this. So to do that, the first thing after you type home, the next thing you need to do is scroll down. When you scroll down, you see the other headings here. Go to title bar settings, and then under this title, display title bar settings, choose no. So we click here and choose no. Choosing no means we don't want our page to display a title bar section. All right, you will get to know that thereafter. All right, so everything here is looking good, and then before we are done, all we have to do is click on publish, and then when you click on publish, it's telling you that it will go live. Yes, we want it to go live immediately. We click on publish. All right, so our page is now going to be published. All right, so it is now published. We can now view it live, but we don't want to view it live for now, so that it will not take us away from here. So the next thing we need to do is we can go back by coming here and click on go back. We want to go back and make this home page our static page. Now remember that your home page is what everybody is seeing, right? Alright, so your home page is what everyone is seeing. So we want to go back and make this home page static. So it's been saved already. So all we have to do is click on here to go back. Alright, so you click on here to go back, and you're going to go back here. Now, remember I said you can make this home page static so that your home page will be your home page. Now, I said this, let me go there before I explain this. So to do that, we come to settings. If you follow me in this class, you should be familiar with this. Under settings, you're going to click on readings. And then under readings, we are going to see that our page is still under latest post. Latest post means that when somebody visits our page, you'll be seeing only articles, except you go to the home page. But no, we don't want things like that, because we are not doing blogging. If you are doing blogging, go ahead and do that. But if you are not doing blogging, please kindly set it on static, and then you can now select this. And then of course we have created one page, so the page is here. So if you have created multiple pages, like home page, the about us, the privacy page, the services page, you see all the pages here, but we have created just one, so that's why it's here. So we now choose the home, and then you can see that the post page is still remaining like this. If you create the article page, it will also show here for us to choose. So we want it like this, and then we can now click on save changes. So our website is now being on our home page. So if we start designing it and somebody visit our website, you will see the home page first before clicking on it. Just the way if I click on this website, you will see that the first page you will see here is home, and if somebody clicks it, actually it will only takes the person to home. And here you won't see that it's showing blog/home, but if I click on blog, it will show that it's blog /blog. But if I click on home, it will not show that it's /home. Why? Because home has been made as a static page. All right, so now let's go back to our back end again, and then we can now continue. So to continue, we are now done with everything. We're creating a page. So how the next step we need to do is we now need to start editing that page. We now start designing the home page. That's doing the real website designing on the page. So to do that, we come to our pages, come to all pages, and then this is the page we created, which is the home. Is now showing the front page because we changed that. So we now come to edit, and then under edit, it will take us to where we can now start the editing. So under the home page, you now show us here. So remember I said Elementor is a plugin that allows us to build our website. So that's what we are going to be using to build our website, right? So to do that, we click on edit with Elementor, and then on the editing with Elementor is now going to take us to the Elementor dashboard where we are going to start editing. But before we start the main editing, I'm going to be explaining everything about Elementor and everything you need to know about it before we now start using it to edit. All right, so this may likely be the end for this particular section, because I don't actually want each of our sections to be long, right? So we're just going to end here. If I explain how to use it, then in our next video I will now start the main editing. All right, so you can see that this is the Elementor dashboard, and this is where all the design are going to start from. So let me explain how to use Elementor. So you can see that this here on the left hand side, you can see that we have the layout. So if you want a container inside the website, you can use a container. If you want it as grid, you can. Don't worry, all these things you get to understand them with time. I just want you to take it step by step. See, I can simply make a video. that like say a 2 hours 3 hours video on how to design that website. But no, I want it step by step. That's why I want to just keep following. If you did not see the next video, visit the channel, you see the next video. I'll be dropping them in two days. You get them. All right, so you can see it here. So if I want a heading, for example, I'll just put a heading here. But before I talk about this, let me talk about this plus button. Now, before I talk about this plus button, I would like to explain something. A website is designed in sections. All right, a website is designed in section. You design a website section by section, section by section. Now, let me show you that. Let's come back to our sample website and you see this. Now, if you see this sample website, you see that this first thing here is the first section that shows the front end, the front page. All this thing here is the first section. And if I come down, you see that here is the second section, now engaging more refreshing result. All these things here are the second section. And then you can see that it's on the white background. And then the third section is our solution and features, which is in another background color. And then the next section is our clients reviews, which is also in a white section. And then the latest blog is in another section, which is there, and then all these things are in different sections. So a website is designed section by section. All right, so we are going to also follow this suit, dividing it section by section. So to add that particular section, you click the first section, you click on the plus, and then you click on the flex box, and then you cannot choose any of the section. All right, depending on the kind of things you want to make. Now, if you click on this, you're going to have only one section, and your test or whatever you're doing is just going to be only one. All right, but if you look at this website like this, you see that it seems to have two sections, because there is this write-ups on the left, and then there is this image on the right. Even here, we see it has two sections. There's this text on the left and this on the right. It shows that it has two buses. All right. So if you want to create something like, if you want it to at once, this one even have three. We have 1, 2, 3. You can see, and now and all of that. This one is two, the two boxes. All right. So if we come back to our Elementor, you can see that if you want to design this website, this is the bus we are going to choose. The two buses. So we can click on it, and when we click on it, it's going to be here, and then we can now start editing. Now I want to explain something, that each bus that you put, whether that bus is a 2 bus, 3 bus, or 1 bus, is going to, each of the buses are going to have three things. Number 1 is a layout here, the number 2 is a style here, and number 3 is the advanced. Now, under the layout is where you can choose the size of this layout, the color, the padding, the alignment, and blah 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 of that. All right. So under the style is where you can give colors. You can give the background color, you can give the color valet color, the hover color, and all of that. You're going to know how to do all of that. And then on the advanced is where you can see the margins, the padding, the positioning, and the CSS. All right, and all of that. So each of the boards has these three things: the layout, where you can adjust the settings and all of that; the style, where you can do the coloring and the designing; and then the advanced, where you can adjust. All right, each of the boards. If you add another board now, it's still going to be like this. All right, so it's as simple as this. Everything, most of the things are simple. So let's say we want to add another section, you can click on this, click on the flex box, and then let's say we want to add the one that has up to 3 buses. So we can add this one here. So we can add this one, and then you can now see that it's now looking 3. The first one is small, the center one is big, and all of that. So you just have to put all of that. So if you want to add another one, let's say it's just only 1. All right, so we can click on this one like this, and then it's going to show here. You're going to start designing all your stuff. So this is how to add sections by section to start designing, right? So we are done. So I'll just simply delete it by clicking on this X. It's just for class purposes, right? So I just click on it, and then we are done with this. Now, if you watch me from the first class, I said that I was also going to make a video on how to design with templates. That will be much later. You also find it on my channel, right? So if you want to design with a template, the template is like in a zip format. It's a zip form, zip folder. So you can click on this folder here, and then bring in that template that is going to just customize and go, right? So everything here, this royal add-ons was added when we're doing this. This is Elementor kit that we added when we're adding some plugins and all of that. So that's how the website looks like. And then under here, you can see in the first video I talked about that a website is designed from a laptop, but most of your viewers view it from a phone. So one thing you need to do is that you also need to optimize it to fit or to be mobile responsive, all right, so that when you design it, it will be fast both on tablet and on phone. This is very, very important. It's very important. It's a separate topic here. I'm going to be teaching that, all right. So each of the section that you are designing, you have to make it screen responsive, screen sizes responsiveness, all right. So here it's already on the desktop, meaning that we are using a laptop, and then when you are done, you can now check how the website will look when it's on tablet, how the website will look when it's on phone. So you have to check it, and if things are not correct, you align them and make them look correct. We are going to be doing all of that in this particular course, all right. So now let's come back to our element where our major work is, where you'll be needing most of the job. So let's say we click on this and we click on this, and then we add this flex step text blocks here. So if we want to add any element, we can click on this add element plus here, right? Here, and then it will now show us here. So let's say we want to type in a heading, or for example, I'll just hold it and click it and bring it inside. Right, if I bring it inside, I can now start typing something I want to type. Right, so if I want to add a subheading, like the body of the work, so I can now come here and now click on text editor. I'll now pick it and also bring it here. So if I want to call it under, I'll drop it there, and then I'll now start the typing. All right, so you can see how it's looking. Everything is looking nice because here the thing is showing like this because we did not arrange it properly. This text was supposed to come under, right? So I'm going to show you how to do all of that, but that's not our focus for now. I'm just telling you most of the things you need to know. So I'll show you of course we're going to design that website from scratch, right? So that's that. And then let's come back to elements again, and then I will explain. So you can see that these are the elements, the basic elements. If you want to add an image to your website, you pick this and drop before you add the image. The text, you pick this and drop before you type the text. The video, you pick this and drop before you put the video. The button, you put this and drop. So if you see this, you see that it has under the home button, you can see that we have a button here, all these buttons here. So they are the button is this kind of button. So all these things, the Google map, I think there's a place here in the website where we have a Google map. So the contact us page is, I think, or is the about us page. Let's go back to the about us page. I think that's where a Google map was integrated. So you can see that okay, I can't find it, but I think there is a place where a Google map was found here in this same website. So if you want to include that Google map, it's just to use that map button we are seeing, and then we are going to see how to do it. So don't worry, we are going to also see it. So there are a lot of icons. If you want to put an icon, any icon at all right? So all these ones are pro features. We won't be using them. These ones here, we won't be using it because they will expect you to upgrade. So but of course this is free class, so you don't need anything. If you want to put some links, all these things are only this one is free. The rest are they need you to pay, so we don't need this. Now Elements Kit, the plugin we added to Elementor, you can see that it gives us a lot of also new things to use. We are also going to be using all of them. You can see that this is how they look. If you want to add an email, Flint form, Ninja form, tablets, and all of that, all this back to up, that particular this particular button on the website, where if you click it, it will take it directly back to up. That's the button. We are going to use it. The Elements Kit, header, footer, all of this. All right, so we are going to be using all of these things here. Royal Add-ons is a plugin we added. Remember I told you it was going to help us. So we said these the features here. All right, so everything is looking good, and then we come down, and then everything is looking good. So Floss Portfolio, you can see that we added a Floss plugin, and it's also here. Floss Post, and there are a lot of things here that will help us to make a good. This Floss General are these Floss General are the plugins that comes directly with the Floss team that we activated. All right, so you can see that all of them are here to help us maximize our work. It's going to make this work very easy. So this is how you know about your overall website. So if you are done with any section, if you are designed, let's say we are done with this section, all we have to do is click on publish, and then when you click on publish, you save. So you always publish your work, because if you do any work here and you don't publish, it means that you have not saved it, and if your system goes off or anything happens, you are going to lose everything, right? So you always need to, when you are done with each section, you publish. When you are done with this section, you publish. But one thing you need to know is that this your website is live. So anything you publish, if somebody comes across the website or you give it to somebody, that thing is going to also show to the person. All right. So if you publish rubbish, like now, all these things here are rubbish, right? It's just for class post. If I publish it and the person, somebody just view chinisolution.com, it's going to see this, but I'm not going to publish it. All right. So, and that's how everything is. Now, I've been talking introduction. It's just as if the first video, second video, third video are introduction. Now the next class is when the main design is going to begin. But please, before we end, please kindly help me like and subscribe to this channel. It will mean a lot to me. Of course, I'm giving you this completely for free. And if you need a website to start practicing all what I'm doing, check the video description to buy a website from Green Geeks. They are one of the best hosting out there that I've actually tested in the past years. All right. Thank you so much. In the next class, we are going to do all of that. God bless you.